Hey, welcome to JTV Extra. I'm Sandra Younger. I am the inventor of a cord knotting and design tool called the Knotty-Do-It-All, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, fantastic week. Today's project is going to be the Summer Breeze necklace, and this necklace, I really like it because those beads reminded me of jelly beans, and I thought, oh my gosh, they are just so cool. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them down below, and you can shop all the items on that are on the show. But there is a couple of them that aren't in my lineup, but you'll see that in a minute, and I'll talk about them. And those are the ends that go like at the end of the cord. Anyway, here are the products that are on today's show, and then we'll get to a short but interesting customer slideshow. All right, let's see what we have on today's show. These agate beads, guys, I love them. Look how juicy and colorful these are, and it says that the bead size is about 8 to 10, which is about right, and you get 9 strands, and I am going to leave them up here for a second because I would like to know what your favorite color is. Mine was the second one down, which is the orange, and the let's see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and then number 7 down. Those are the two that I just loved them so much. I mean, they're all really nice, but those are the two that I really gravitated to. And let's see, oh, here's a close-up. Oh, they're just so when I saw them, oh, I was really happy because I like working with like really colorful beads, and plus they were easy to work with, so very nice. And then next we have these Indonesian inspired square flower spacer beads, and these are like the type of thing you just got to have on hand because they're very like handy. The holes are like on the bigger side, which makes it really cool. So here's the 3 different sizes, and you can see the hole size, they range between like 1.5 to like 3 millimeters. And so they're just a nice, like something to have in your stash for sure, because you'll always find like a need for a big bead like that. Okay, when I saw these, I was like, nope, I'm not gonna do it. And then something kept telling me, no, you're gonna do it. I was like, no, because this is peach moonstone, and it's a meter. I mean, that is like a yard long. And I said, I'm not going to do it. But then I did it. I thought, you know what? I am going to make a necklace with this. So I knotted the entire meter of beads. Look at that. Boom. And it's real simple, real peaceful. And then I put like this Buddha with a gold in the front. But isn't that cool? And let me measure it real quickly so I could tell you. Okay, if the strand was a meter long, now it is 50 inches long with the knotting. So that added like 36, 46, 14 inches to the length. But isn't that cool? I thought, and you know what? It took me. Let me see, how long did it take me to do this? With stringing, knotting, and then doing this part, which was like time consuming, 44 minutes. So yeah, 44 minutes. So that was how long it took me to knot this entire meter of moonstone beads. And I think I'm really pleased with the way it came out, because at first I thought it was a little too plain, but then I thought, you know what, maybe that's a good thing because, look at it. It's just so pretty. I mean, I love it. So if you want to challenge yourself to knotting 1 meter of beads, then you want to try these moonstone. And I didn't use like the griffin with the needle because it was just too short. So I had to use the leadered needle with a folded cord. And I think I ended up using, guys, I did not measure. I just measured 7 arm lengths of cord, and I did have a lot left over, so I didn't take any like measurement. But anyway, and oh, these are so pretty. This is a lace agate. They are 7 to 10 millimeters. No, wait a minute. 7 to 10 by 20 to 27. I guess they're like 20 to 27 millimeters long, but they are like on the bigger side, but they're so pretty. Look at this. The colors are like vibrant, and one strand is a little more muted than the other, but that's okay because sometimes that's what you prefer. But these are really nice, and I mean, too bad I didn't work with these. I think I had a similar bead like this a few months back, and so if you want to go back and like check out like the older shows, you might see these because they're really, really nice. And let's see, next we have, this is a fun, like acrylic bead set. You know, I think if you have kids over the summer, I mean, it's be like a fun kit to like, you know, make stuff with. And you don't have to worry because you get a pound and they're all different shapes and sizes. So I think it would be, you know, a lot of fun to, you know, make something just whimsical and cute with these beads. And some of them have really big holes, and some of them, you know, have like maybe like a 1 millimeter hole. But you know, this is just a sampling of some of the shapes, but there are like way more. I think I must have counted like 30 different designs. I mean, you just get like a ton of them. And our next product is my favorite cord knotting and design tool, the Knotty-Do-It-All. And I don't have any thing cool to show you, but if you go on my website, I do have like on the bottom part, just like all kinds of examples of different things. But the board, you get the hardware kit, the flip bobbins, you know, here it's got the needles, the pins and the clips. And the neat thing is you could just reconfigure your pins and clips in so many different ways. And I teach so many different like knots and like macrame slide knots, coil knots, moose knots. I mean, the list goes on. And we do have the small one, which is perfect for travel, small spaces, and side by side. And I did get a customer suggest that I do show something someday using the board side by side. And I could just tell you that I do use them if I'm making a ladder bracelet that's extremely long or a multi-strand. I mean, but there are lots of things that I use the boards side by side for. I don't think I have enough space on my my table to, like, maybe I can move my camera. Maybe I'll try that one day. But the small board, I mean, and they're so handy. I mean, it's got the bead and ring size chart. I mean, the big one is, you know, of course, the you know, our flagship. It's got the wells. It's got like the, you know, the rulers and inches and centimeters. And you do get all the instructions, everything. There's so much instruction online. I think under Knotty lessons, I think I've got over like 45 lessons now. And if you look at some of the past JTV extra shows on my website, there's something for everyone. I mean, there's just lots of really cool information. And the last thing we have is the waxed cord set. This is a synthetic cord. It's 1.5 millimeters. Each little bundle is 7 meters, so you get a total of 14 yards. So, and this can be melted because it's synthetic. So it's one of those, and they're great for making like little fluffers. And I mean, it's a really cool cord. Let me see. I think I got everything. I got the beads. Oh, those little tiny spacer beads. Oh, I didn't get those. Okay, the ones in the middle, they are these itty bitty. They're about a 1.2 millimeter. I don't have a beauty shot for them. But those beads are like perfect for if you need to make like a little itty bitty like bail. I mean, I made a necklace somewhere around here, but I don't have it because, you know, because I don't. But also one really important thing that is not on the list, because I had to call in my Sarah and tell her to please put these on the show. I mean, I don't have the entire pack because I used them for this project, and I thought, you know what? I need to get them on the show because I know that the last time I used them, I didn't get to do an entire project, and I did come up with some really cool tips and tricks for these guys. So this is a JM Kit 1940, and these are those little clamshell things, and I'm going to give you some really cool tips and tricks because I kept working with them and I love them, and I wish I had a bathtub full of these guys because these look so clean, you know, as opposed to those other you guys know what I'm talking about, those clamshell things that don't it's just, they don't look good. And these are amazing because they close so like perfectly. I mean, because, you know, most of those things, I don't know what is wrong with them, but you try closing them and there's still that little gap. And surprisingly, these don't, when you close them, they just close. It's like unbelievable. So if you have not tried these out, I highly recommend them. I think you will love them. Like I said, I just really wish they came in like a jumbo size pack because I'm down to my last few. Anyway, those are like all the products on the show. So if you see anything, those beads on top are fantastic. They're only $46.99, and get those little JM Kit 1940. All right, so those are all the products on today's show. Anyway, so those are all the products on today's show, and the those little clammy things. You know, sometimes when we have products on the show that are like so tiny, it's really hard to like express just how cool they are, because the ones that I was like talking about earlier that I didn't get a beauty shot of are these it's the JM Kit 12 1 2 6 6 7, and the crazy thing about these is they're tiny, but the holes are kind of big. And there was a necklace that I said, oh, I want to show you, but I can't find it. And you know why I couldn't find it? I was wearing it. I was like looking all over the place for this necklace, and then last night I found it around my neck. So this is really cool. So what I did here was, I fed, the cord through and then back through again, and I just kind of squished it down to make like a little tiny bail. Isn't that cute? And the neat thing is I also used two of them as a little slide knot thing. So instead of putting like a macrame slide knot or, anything like that, I just, put like one of these. Then whatever cord you use, you just want to make sure it's not like overly tight, or else, it can like, wear away at your cord. But this one ended up coming out really cute. We're going to do our customer show. We did get like one official like entry, and then an unofficial, but let's look at the customer show because it's really interesting. Okay, so our first bracelet here, our only bracelet, is from Julie, Alberta, Canada, and this is the double row macrame with the wax jewelry cord, and this button is handmade. Julie, that's really inspired me, because I've always thought, I'm going to make a button, but I never make the buttons. But that's just inspired me. I'm going to do it. And I just got to figure out how to get those holes straight. But beautiful, beautiful bracelet. And the next item that we have is Laura Lee, Florida. Now, this one was interesting because she sent me a picture from an antique store. It was a necklace. And we're just like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's each try to like see what we come up with. And this was Laura Lee's version. And here is a video of Vivian with this necklace. And let me just stop. Whoops, let me replay it here and stop right there. Look how pretty that is. I like the accent beads on the bottom, and the crimp beads. It just keeps those beads from sliding down, which was a big problem that I had. But with mine, I did not want to take it apart to put like knots or like any kind of crimps or glue. But I'll show you mine in just a second. So this is, look at this. Look how pretty that is. Very, very nice. And so let's go back to, this one's mine. So I did mine on cotton cord with bone beads. And I was thinking if I were to redo this, I would probably use half the strands, because I literally counted the number of strands that were on the one the picture that she sent me, because I thought, you know what, I'm going to just try to make it exactly like it is. But I think if I were to do it again, I would do like half the strands and do like Laura Lee did with the crimp beads, because that just made such a huge difference. Because sometimes less is more. Nothing wrong with that. Less is more. But I like the way both of them came out. And a friend of mine had this necklace on, and it looked so good on her. I was just like, wow. It looked really nice on. So sometimes, sometimes jewelry is not very photogenic, but when you put it on, it just looks like so much better. But this one really looked, but unfortunately I didn't have a model like Laura Lee did, but beautiful. So thank you, Laura Lee and Julie, for sending these in. I really appreciate it. Very fun. So you guys, if you have anything you want to send in, email it to me at knotty-do-it-all@gmail.com, because I always look forward to seeing what you guys are making. That would be really fun, you know, to have like a challenging. I don't guarantee that I can like make everything or anything, but it's fun to try, you know. I wanted to mention something and I forgot what I wanted to mention. Yep. Anyway, we are going to get on with today's project and the project. Okay, these guys. Okay, for this necklace, I used, let me count because I did not make any notes on this. I just made it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you'll need 8 of these little crimp things. Okay, one, because, you know, when they first came out on the show, you know, I think it was about a month or so ago, maybe 6 weeks ago, I was like, I made like a knot and I was like stuffing it in there. And then, you know, I kind of like upgraded to a slightly thicker cord and I thought, I can't get it in. And that's where I thought, you know what? Maybe if I just open them up a little bit, they'll fit. And that's exactly what I did. And I tried a variety of different cords. I tried the Hawaiian twist. I tried over here we have the Griffin, and this thickness of the Griffin. This is a 14. So I just want you to know that it was really pushing it because let me see if I can like zoom in on let's see. I mean it barely the knot barely got in there. So I'm gonna guess that like maybe a 12 would be perfect, 12, 10, and an 8 maybe. I know that I tested some a couple of like a month, 2 months ago, a couple of months ago, and honestly I don't remember, but I know that you're safe with a 12 and you're definitely safe with a 10. So this is the Griffin. Oh, there we go. And if you do this, I highly recommend using a synthetic cord because you can melt the ends, which is one thing that really helps keep that knot intact. So silk, even if you use glue, I would not use it. Griffin makes, they're a synthetic it's very drapey, and what is so great, you can melt it. So that's one reason I would prefer to use the synthetic version of, you know, the Griffin cord if you choose to use that. The cord that I'm using is the Hawaiian twist and the 0.8. And the 0.8 is equivalent to, I believe it's the number 10 Griffin. The difference between these two, you know, like, what's the difference? Okay, this one is this one, they're both twisted. They both look very much the same, except this one's got the twisting is not like as dense. This one has a dense twist, which means you can make a slide knot on it, and it's not going to like drag it and separate the cord, because if you have a slide knot on like the Griffin, the strands will kind of like sort of come apart when you're making the slide knot. And I mean, and part of that is because this is, you know, when you make a necklace, it's got, you know, a lot of drape, but this one is you know, it's more densely twisted, so when you put a slide knot on it, it doesn't like, you know, drag. But you got to be careful with this stuff, and always make sure before you cut it that you seal off the end, because the thing will explode like popcorn. So this is what we're going to use. This one, let me put this aside, and I want to greet you guys. Michael, Joy. Oh, we got a full house. Robin, Tess Barr. Whoa, girl. Let's see. We got Joy, Laura Lee, Susanna. Oh my goodness. Judy. Oh, I know, right? Julie's bracelet was so pretty. Oh my God, you guys are just so awesome. I'm really glad you guys are able to join this show, because without you, there would be no show. Okay, so I am going to, with the, whoa, I'm going crazy here. Okay, so with the, with this cord, with the Hawaiian twist, it does not come with a built-in needle like the Griffin cord does, because Griffin, where's the Griffin? You know what, guys? Here's a tip for you. This is interesting. Okay, I'm going to give you a tip. On the Griffin over here, there was a bead that I wanted to use, but I couldn't get it over the built-in needle. So, and you can do this, but you just got to be really careful. So what I did was you need to use like jeweler's loop or something, but I came in really, really close and I cut the needle off and then I replaced it with a leadered needle. And in case you don't know what that is, it's like thin fishing line with oh my goodness. You know what? I stepped on something. Oh my gosh, that's what it was. I stepped on that and I was like, where did that come from? Well, now I know. It came from my leadered needle, but I could still use that. Anyways, moving on. So it's fishing line. So what that does is it makes this part like thinner and easier, because if you put a large-eyed needle, it's just not going to work. But the fishing line is the solution to the problem. So I'm going to grab a new leadered needle because I wanted to use that for the Hawaiian twist cord. So let me grab that real quick. And I know most of you know what a leadered needle is, but if you do not, when I make them, like a bunch of them at a time, because I use them, and I kid you not, all the time. I use them all the time. I used them, I used one for the necklace, this necklace here, because I had to double the cord to do the knots. And the cord that I used, who knows? This was like a random purchase in Tucson, Arizona one year, like many years ago. I thought I'd probably never use it. And guess what? It came in, it was perfect. So what I do is I make a bunch of them and I put them on a magnet just so that when I come in here, I mean, this is not very attractive, but I could just come in here and grab one, just pull it out, and I'm good to go. When you make them, don't knot them on the bottom yet, because I did that once and I regretted it because they got so tangled. So if you just keep them like unknotted and ready to go, then, you're good. Okay, so I'm going to come here and I am going to get my leader needle on this cord. And the one nice thing about these beads is these beautiful, beautiful beads. I think blue was the popular, the color of the hour, the blue. Yeah, you can't go wrong with blue. Hang on, I need to concentrate here for a second. I got to twist this apart a little bit and boop, right there. Okay, so now I'm going to get, so basically what I did was I just took the end of the Hawaiian twist cord right there, so I'll get a leadered needle in there. And you always, okay, let's get this in. And you guys know that, I mean, I'm going to do the knotting, but you know that I do the backwards knotting. That's how come I was able to do this necklace so fast, because I want to know how many of you use the backward method for knotting, because I'm just curious. I'm gonna look for answers down there because it is so fast. I mean, once you get it, if you don't do it yet, you'll never go back to like doing it any other way because it's just so fast. And normally I can knot like 100 in 10 minutes, but that all depends on the cord. Anyway, so there we go. Boom, boom. Whoops, let's get this. So there's the leadered needle on, and I am going to just come over here and I'm gonna get this. I'm just gonna cut to the chase and get one of those crimp on end things here. This is how it's done. Okay, I'm gonna use the silver ones. Honestly, I wish I had more of these. Last night, one of them like fell on the floor and I'm like, no, I don't want to accidentally vacuum it. So you guys know how to find something when it gets lost. Turn out all the lights. You get either like a little headlamp or a flashlight and just like look around and you'll find it. It's amazing. It works. Anytime I lose anything in my house, that is my go-to like technique. It's unbelievable. It really, really works. So I'm gonna let's see, I've got my nice knot on the end melted. So this is how you do it. These things are they want to fall out of your hands like that. So what I do is I take a scrap piece of cord. Let's cut this. We're going to get the scrap right through. Oh, good. Right, Tess? It's just so fast. You know, I remember, I don't know, a few years back, I was in Tucson, and there was a lady, she was Chinese, she had a booth, and she was like knotting, like the old-fashioned way, and I showed her like how to do it, like backwards, and she was astounded. She was like telling all her friends, like, oh my God, look at this. This is like unbelievable. It's so fast. Okay, so the trick is, let's do this. Let me come in close, and I'm going to steady my hand here so you can see me. Let me focus lock. Okay, so this is not open enough. So what you do is you take a pair of round nose pliers, and see how I'm using this to help hold it, because it makes a huge difference. So you come in here, and then you just barely just open it up a little tiny bit. So if you put your round nose pliers like right in there and squeeze, it opens it up. And I was afraid, because you know how some metal is like cheap, and if you do something like that, it just breaks because it's pot metal. But I think because these are a stainless steel, which is really nice, that does not happen. And the interesting thing is that they don't lose their, you know, I thought, because, you know, at first I was like a little bit afraid to like do this, because I thought, oh, what if, what if it doesn't close like all the way like it it's supposed to, because I thought it was gonna like stay open, and then you just come in here and close it. It's amazing. That's what I like about these. They don't have memory. Oh, that is like the best, because most of those crimps, you close them and it's got that little tiny gap that drives me nuts. But there we go, done. And okay, so let me, because I mean, most of this is pretty easy, which you'll see in a minute, because you know the knotting is pretty straightforward. But what I did is 3 strands, and like one strand is like about 2 inches longer than the other. However, the important thing, I think, is this part, because if I had left these at like either like all of them half an inch from the little crimp, whatever it's called. What are these things even called? Let me look on my cheat sheet here. I don't even have that here. Crimp on something, I don't know. You want the spacing to be like different. You don't want it all to be 1 inch, because then that means that all of these beads will all be on the same level, and it's going to look weird. Because you know, guys, how I feel about, you know, necklaces where like it's got the big clump of you know, beads are right there. It's just like, I don't like it. These are acceptable, you know, I could live with that. So what I did was this crimp is 1/4 inch, this one is 1/2 inch, and then this one is 3/4 inch. Okay, and then the spacing between all the beads is 3/4 inch. So I will repeat that: 1/4, 1/2, and 3/4, and then 3/4 like on the rest. And then when I got to the ends, for each strand I repeated. So the orange strand was 3/4 from the bead. The blue strand is 1/2 inch, and then the rosy red ones are 1/4. Did I say 1/4? Yeah, 1/4 inch. So the way you do that is you just and I've done this before and I really like it. So what I do is I take a clip and I just measure 1/4 inch right there. And then I put the clip, and you can do it this way. And just consistency is key. And then you just make your overhand knot. And since I like to do my knotting backwards, which I will show you because I think it's the only way to do this, is I just get my knotting awl and, you know, just slide it over to the end of the clip, because the clip kind of pretends like it's like a knot. So I'm going to put some beads on here, And then we will space them 1/4 of an inch and apart. And I don't know if I'll have time to finish the entire necklace, but if I see that I'm running out of time, then I will kind of, you know, reverse course and, you know, kind of try to catch up a different way. So let's get these on there. And the thing, okay, I'll tell you the only bad thing. There is one bad thing. And it sounds like one of those corny commercials that you hear on TV, like, oh, if you don't want to be rich and famous, then don't do this. It's just like silly stuff. But the only bad thing about knotting backwards is that it's so fast that if you've done it the old-fashioned way for a while, which I did, it takes a while for your mind to comprehend that you will finish way fast. What is that? That is a weird bead. Oh, look at that. Huh. Whoa, that's got some weird like stuff in it. But okay, and then you end up finishing like, okay, I kept for the life of me trying to make a bracelet, and for some reason I kept going over. It's because you do it and you think, okay, boom, 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 that's about right. But then when you put it on, you realize it's too long because it's just so fast. It doesn't make sense that you were able to make it in like literally like 5 minutes. There are these bracelets that, I mean, they're knotted. They've got the clasp. They've got everything. And using the, let's get this on here. Okay. It takes me 5 or 6 minutes to make the whole bracelet, which is unbelievable. Okay, so let's get this on. I'm going to just grab a few. Let me see. I think I want to make this fit. Okay, I think I'm going to have to zoom out, guys. So if you guys could see, because this kind of takes up a lot of like space here. Okay. All right. So I just flip it over and right at the very top of the knot, or, I mean, like the top of the bead, that's where I just flip it. And then I put my knotting awl and slide it down. Easy. Perfect. The thing, okay, if you're using, and I know I've mentioned this before, this is a twisted cord, so you need to use a knotting awl. But if you're using anything like leather, faux leather, braided cord, anything that's not twisted, you can make the do the knot without the awl. And are you wondering, like, why is that? Well, because this weird thing happens. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know, that the cord is kind of like, I need to learn what that term is. So what I did was I put a clip, like I measured like 3/4 of an inch, which, you know, actually I don't feel like, maybe you can, if you want to use one of your, like your tricord tin cup knotter, you can do that. Just let's get this, let's see, 3/4 of an inch. You can use this for spacing if you want. Or you could do the clip. Wait, let me, so whichever way you want to do it. Let me see. I don't know what the spacing is on this. Let me get the, my little Allen wrench so I could show you guys how to do this in case you have one of these. And let's see, let's scoot this back. Let's get 3/4 of an inch right there. And I'm going to clamp this down. I mean, if you want precision, I mean, and who doesn't want precision, then this is the way to do it. But I just use this for the spacing part. Let me make sure it's 3/4, which it is. And you just put your overhand, I like to put this in my left hand, just like this. And I'm going to make my overhand knot and put this right here, and then put this knot, and then just right there. See that? Done. And then tighten. And then the next one, I use the knotting awl, because it's just, for me, it's just faster just to use. So I kind of like go back and forth. Isn't that cool? I mean, guys, for me, that is what works. You just gotta like do what works for you. And so I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna put this in. Whoops. Let's get that little bead in there and then tighten this. And I think this is a little bit like longer than 3/4, is it? Nope, it's 3/4. I got it. And then on this next one, flip and put your knotting all in and boom. Right there, there you go. Oh, which knot? This one? Oh, this is an overhand knot. Is somebody asking? Okay, 25 minutes left. Okay. Let me finish doing this since we've got 25 minutes. And which of these will I sacrifice? I guess this one. So I'm going to do, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, I'm going to go fast now, guys, because, you know, I don't want to run out of time. Or maybe if I start to like run out of time, I'll just like but you guys get the idea. So it's to your whatever, like your first, whatever the first length is, and then the next one's going to be 2 inches longer, and then the next one will be 2 inches longer. And you really got to keep a track of the length, because it's super, super easy to lose track. And let me get this on here, and isn't that nice how just it's so precise right there. You could pull on it and it's just like nice and perfect. And then this one, you overhand. All right. Backwards and down. You know what? Let me see. How am I doing on time? I don't want to run out of time. So it's 10:37. Okay. You keep going. I'll take, you know, oh, I don't want to run, guys, I don't want to run out of time. Okay, let's just keep going. And then I'll explain to you what the rest. So what I do is I put my finger here, just flip this and tighten. I mean, another thing you can do is you could put like little pieces of paper and then use the clips. I mean, there are a bunch of different ways you can do this. I mean, there's no like wrong way or right way, whatever. I mean, I've gotten to where I could like eyeball it and almost get it right. Perfect. Ooh, that's looking pretty. So let's do this one. Over, I'm gonna like make the knot a little bit smaller, and then see how I hold it like this. It just makes it a lot easier to come in here, put this in, and whoops, let's get that. Pull. And you know, one thing you can do that's it's a really, you know what, I think I did that. Well, I've got like a bunch of these. Like, let's say you find like a distance that you really, really like, just get a Sharpie and mark it. So if it's like 3/4 of an inch, just mark it. So that way, if you have to move this to a different distance, you'll know that that is your 3/4 inch mark. So that is one really cool way that you can do this. Let me come in here and tighten. Yeah, right, Joan. That was such a good deal. It was a really good deal. I did too. That's how come I have like so many of them, because you know I thought, why not? Because you know I mean you can like have something like, it's not safe to have something sticking up from your board that's sharp. I mean, I do, but I don't care. I'm a daredevil. The yeah, let's get this in here, and I don't know. I don't know if they make it anymore, you know? I don't know. Yeah, they do actually. Yes, they do. Oh, that's it. Except I just oh, thank you, Robin. Yeah, I've got like a variety of these things. I even have oh my God, it's like an antique. The original. I mean, that thing was like from like it's like ancient. Okay, let's get this on here and space it. Yeah, they are kind of it is easy. I don't make it look easy. It's easy. And then you just tie da 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 da. There we go. All right. You know, it's just, I don't know, maybe it's like practice. I don't know. But then again, I've been I don't want to say, but I do this a bunch of different ways. I mean, okay, let's get the bead in there, flip, and boom. Super straight and perfect. Yeah, you know, I know that a couple of you guys missed out on the clearance, and they were really hard to find for a while. But actually, I think I know you can still find them. I mean, you just gotta like look around. Okay, let's see how we're doing. How many was I supposed to do? 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Should I stop there? I got 20 minutes. Okay, you know what? Just because I'm just gonna fake it now. So what I do, I'm just gonna pretend. So I come back here and I put the that last knot, 1/8 of an inch from the end. I'm gonna take a clip. I'm going to measure 1/8 of an inch, which is really easy to do right there. And see, what you're kind of doing is you're tricking your cord into thinking there's a bead. So when you make the knot, it's going to stop right there. I just love to trick my cord. Okay, so let's clip this on here. And okay. Back, all the way back. And only because guys, I don't want to like, okay. So then you put your, let's just get a clamp on there. Okay, I'm going to tighten this nice and pretty. And I'm going to cut. You want to leave on this cord, oh, stop. Because you have to make another knot or else itself is going to explode apart. Okay, so you want to like just a little bit, woo, right there, just make like a knot. Okay. I bought 2 of those beading tools. Now the show has aged off and I don't know what you're, oh. You know what? Me either, Debbie. I mean, I go back and I look at some of these shows and honestly, I look at some of that stuff and I don't even remember making it. I think I've done so many of these shows that it's just like astounding. You're just like, oh my gosh, that is so cool. I'm like, I made that. And that's one nice thing about this board. You could just make so many like different like things with it, so many different variations. And then I'm going to come in and do my little trick. In case you guys missed it or if you came in late, I'm using these crimpy type things. And the way I do it is I, oh. This? Is that what you're talking about, Gina? I don't even know what I did. I was going crazy one day and I thought, you know what? I just made like barrel knots here. And then it was originally supposed to be like flip-flopped over. And I just decided to put a knot in front and it actually looks cuter. Oh my God, look at my veins. Okay, do you guys know this trick? Like if you're trying to model your hands for something and you have veins, check it out. they're gone. You know what you do is you just put your hand over your head and they disappear, but look, they're going to come back. But it's hereditary. Like, I mean, this tough, like, look, like, I can beat you up. It runs in my family. So that's why I've got, like, veiny, like, arms. But whenever I want to take a picture of something, I just put my hands over my head for a couple of minutes and it goes away. So that's basically how I did this one. And this one is just, like, knotted. And then this one is just like the moose knots on the side. Yeah. So that's how I did it. It's very simple, you know, cute though. Okay, so I'm going to take this. If you weren't here for the beginning of the show, this is the way I use these is I open this up a little bit with a pair of round nose pliers. So since they are tiny and they're hard to hold, putting that extra piece of string in there, and then you just come in and gently open them up a bit. Just big enough to get that knot inside the hole. Let me see if I could lock the focus on this. There we go. I'm going to put this in just like that. And then I'm going to come in. Let me hang on. Hang on right there. Right there. Okay. So I come in with these guys and just very gently squeeze. And see that? Oh my God, it's a miracle. And if it starts to look like it's getting crooked, just kind of like turn it a little bit and then squeeze. Ah, perfect. Oh, I am astounded. Oh my God, this is like a miracle. Like, wow. Okay, so let's pretend like I'm going to cut this part off right now because we're just going to pretend that now we have our 3 strands. So let me take this one off, and I'm going to take that off. Let's just move this. Let's cut this off. Okay. So when I did this side, what I did was I got all 3 of the strands together. So you just basically make your 3, put the ends on, and then you come over and bundle them up. Let me lay them out flat. And I'm going to take faux leather. You could use, like, I think I used the 0.5. So I'm just going to take, like, maybe about, I don't know, a yard of the faux leather and a string each one on. So there's 1, 2, in the order that they're supposed to be. That's right, I think. Yeah. So you have to lay them out. And I think, did I do that right? Let me check. Yep. See, so you just put them, you know, the order they're supposed to be. And then, oh, no. Nope, not yet. Not yet, because we need to use this stuff. That's right. The Hawaiian twist. I've got a mess. You guys, let me clean up this mess a bit because it is turning into like hurricane. You know, where everything gets stuck on everything. Okay. Let's move this, that, and let's get this out of the way. Doesn't this just happen to everybody where you start off so nice and organized and then it turns into like a huge mess? Anyway, so yeah, I used the Hawaiian twist cord next. You know, sometimes if it makes a huge mess like this, it's just easier just to cut this off and pull it and just start over again. Let's do that. I'm going to do that because this has turned into a big tangled mess. Okay, but I got it under control. You know, sometimes if you have to cut it, just cut it and then just retie it on. Because this has turned into an out of control mess. Okay. All right, so I'm going to get this back on. And in case you missed how I get the needle on, I twist this up and open like this. And then I use a peg to just really, boom. And then I'm going to take my leader needle and just feed that on. Because this cord comes with a bend. I mean, it used to come carded. but it also, the carding would kink it. So now it comes just like bundled. So when you take it out of the package, you do not have to like hit it with a flat iron, because to get the kinks out of this, I have to like use a flat iron. And if you're wondering what temperature, like 350 works perfectly. Okay, so we're gonna put this, okay, let's get this back on. Okay, so it is orange, blue, and red. Okay, lay it down, and we're gonna start with the red, the blue. Let's get the blue, and then the orange. I think you guys know what I'm gonna do next. Moose knot. Okay, so let's get all these on. All right, so about 4 inches. Okay, let's get this. Okay, so you need a clip. Pin in a clip 1 inch apart for the moose knot. And let's do it. Oh, I went crazy with moose knots this week. Oh, let me show you this necklace that I made. Where is it? This one came out so pretty. I did like an 8 wrap on the top. And it just, oh, I love it. Isn't that cool? Because I bought this from somebody in, I don't know, oh, where was it? I don't remember. It was like, it seemed to me like a strange, like clandestine deal, because someone says, oh, I know someone that has something in somewhere, and if you want it, I can get it for you. And I'm like, yeah. So I don't know. It was just kind of weird the way I acquired it. I mean, the person I bought it from made it seem like it was like some rare, crazy. Is it? I mean, I think it's agate, right? I don't know. It's just really cool. But I don't know about the small. Okay, I'm gonna slide this down and trim. And see how it just, oh, oh, no. I'm like, no, because if this stuff, let me just show you, it's just like, because it's so tightly wound, if you don't knot it off, it just like explodes apart. I thought, oh my gosh, I just like ruined it. That's the only thing, you just got to be like careful about it. But otherwise, this stuff is like totally like the best. See, we have 8 minutes left. Okay, so what I did then, which it's kind of sort of like the same thing. I put a moose knot, and then I 1, 2, 3, 4. I put 4 beads on, just like I did before. Exactly the same, where you just put the beads on, and then you just knot them. You might have to do it like a little bit differently. Let me, what color should I use? I'm just going to use the first available, because we're running low on time. So you put 4 on, and let's do this. So when you come to space, it's going to be like a little bit, like you can be like, whoa, girl, is that right? Yes, it is. So you need to like flip like literally the entire necklace through. So on this one, I put the bead. I'm thinking that I haven't tried, because sometimes I change up the order of operations because it might be easier to like do the ends first and then do the rest of it. So I haven't really experimented on orders of operations on this one, but I do really like it. And I do have somebody that wants me to make them one after the show. They're sending me the beads. So, okay, so then you tighten that, and then I'm going to do the 3/4 inch spacing. See how I'm just flipping the whole necklace through? about right there. The nuggets are higher grade because they can just be themselves. So I'm going to put this here, and when it, okay, when this, on the sides, guys, when you're doing that, I mean, it's really important that the spacing is really precise, which is one thing I really like about this. I mean, you can like get it nice and like super duper, like perfect. And then you just keep going. And then when you get to the end, you make another like melt ball, and then you put the, I'm just going to use this, although it's not my favorite, but sometimes anything is better than nothing. So you get to the end, and you guys know what I'm going to do, right? Like, oh, 56. Oh, okay, let's pretend like I finished. What I do on the end, and I've got plenty of these like tutorials on my website, like how to add the macrame slide knot. Okay, so let's say you get to the end here, you put another knot, put another clamshell, so you'll have two sides that look like this. Let me get that that one side that I cut off, because I just want to explain it. Here it is. And so you put the you put a moose knot, and I mean, after the show, I'll have have the written instructions like at the end of the video, so that'll just like highlight the spacing and how many beads I actually used. So that information will be there. So when you go back to like rewatch the show, the information will be there. And the cord that I use for the ends is the 0.5 millimeter faux leather. So I think I have enough time right now to make to do one side of it right now. So 4 inches. Oh no, actually, I take that back, because on this one I did it double. So I'm going to measure around maybe like 40 inches, because I don't feel like actually measuring right now, because when I don't feel like measuring, I just 40. So I'm going to put a pin and a clip an inch apart, and I don't know, maybe I think maybe I'll I could do this one for a JTV customer appreciation thing, if you want the one. I don't know. I mean, do you guys want to like watch me like make the whole thing? I mean, because I feel that so much of it's repetitive that, I just need to show you like, okay, 10 times, but how I did this, but then you do it like, probably like 5 times as many. So, oh, Pat. Oh, okay, so there we have the moose knot, and then you do the same thing on the other side, and then you put a macrame slide knot. And okay, let's see, anything else? Let me look at some of the questions. I think I've kind of, let's see, please show your left bracelet. Oh, okay, this bracelet, it's okay, this one's interesting. I know, right? It's a multi-strand. And what I did was I put these little tube beads on there, and then I just like knotted them. And this one on the board, when I was doing the okay, the multi-strand was, let me see. Okay, my pegs were 13 inches apart, but the thing is, you have to account for the hardware. Because if I had made it my wrist size, it would have been like 14, then it would have been too big. So with the hardware on here, it is, let's measure this. See, it's right at 14 inches. So the hardware alone added an inch to it. It's really cute bracelets. I've had this one for a long time. I made this one probably like 12 years ago. It's on a cotton cord. I evenly spaced the little bars that they're sterling silver. Beautiful. Can you please do Let's see, Sandra, can you please do a show about fast and easy projects, such as earrings and bracelets, like your green one? Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm going to write that down because I really like your recommendation. So I'm going to like write that down on my notes. Okay, quick and easy. You know, sometimes, you know, I think if I make something, because I've got lots of easy things I can do, and I think, oh, you know, if it's too easy, people are going to be like, girl, that is like boring. But, you know, you'd be surprised. Sometimes quick and easy is like the best because you can get it done fast. And if it's for gifts or fundraisers, you know, time is money. Anyway, my time is up. I hope you learned something today. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. And don't forget, if you make anything, please send it to the Knotty-Do-It-All at gmail.com. All right, guys, I'll see you next Thursday. Bye.